Welcome to a new episode of Ask Trinity Archives.
Today's question is, what's behind the strange dates in Trinity's first registers? So I was looking for a marriage record the other day, and I noticed something very odd about the dates. It was almost as if the clerk didn't know what year the marriage took place. But then I remembered that until 1752, Trinity was using the Julian calendar to track dates, not the Gregorian calendar.
Can you go over the difference between the two? I know it's complicated.
Well, it's not very common in American archives, definitely. Until 1752, England used the Julian calendar, which was 95 days behind the Gregorian calendar that was used in most of the rest of the world. Julius Caesar created the Julian calendar. He was the one who instituted January 1st as the start of the new year, but after the fall of Rome and as Christianity spread throughout Europe, different Christian kingdoms picked different days instead of January 1st to start their legal year. England chose March 25th, the Feast of the Annunciation, which they also called Lady Day, as the legal start of the year. So instead of the year running January 1st to December 31st, it ran March 25th to March 24th.
So when did New Year's Day change to January 1st?
Well, Pope Gregory XIII instituted the Gregorian calendar in 1582 in the Catholic nations of the world. His calendar mandated that the new year start on January 1st. But since England was a Protestant country in 1582, and Queen Elizabeth I did not take orders from the Pope, these changes weren't instituted in England at all, or any of England's colonies.
Another layer of complication.
Oh yeah, it definitely put England in a bind. For one, from January 1st to March 24th, England didn't agree with other European nations as to what the year was. So an Englishman would say February 9th, 1648, but a Frenchman would say February 9th, 1649.
It must have been very confusing.
For sure. In 1750, the British Parliament decided enough was enough, making January 1st the legal start of the new year.
Okay, great. Sounds like a modern calendar.
Well, you say that, but to catch up to the Gregorian calendar, Parliament also declared that in September 1752, the calendar would skip forward 11 days. So September 2nd was followed directly after by September 14th.
Less great, but fine, I guess.
Yeah, we can see these changes actually in Trinity's registers. This date in the baptism register should read January 12th, 1752, but it looks like the clerk who was recording the baptisms got confused because he wrote a dual date. He wrote 1751/52, when really the year was just now 1752.
Got it. I imagine this calendar is seen in other American records too, right?
Absolutely. For example, we celebrate George Washington's birthday on February 22nd, but his birthday was originally recorded as February 11th, 1731, not February 22nd, 1732. His birthday got moved because the calendars changed. Ben Franklin's famous Poor Richard's Almanac also shows this transition to the calendar. In the 1739 Almanac, February is listed as the 12th month of the year, and March is listed as the first month of the year.
After all this, I have never been happier that the only calendar hiccup we have to deal with is an occasional leap year.
The world is complicated enough as it is without adding or subtracting days from the calendar.
Join us next time as we explore more of Trinity's history.